What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing today?
What's up, man?
What up, though?
I.O.W. Sports episode 132 in the building. It's your boy Wildcard Marn, Detroit Mail, the homie Big Nick Sean. We are all in attendance here. Go show us some love, support. Going over to the Facebook page, I.O.W. Sports Network. It's open to the public. If you have your own, take you want to talk shit, spark a good adult sports debate, Facebook page is where to do it. And emphasis on networks. So if you do have a sports podcast, drop your content. You might end up doing a collaboration with I.O.W. Sports, either one of us or three of us or two of us. In some shape or fashion, you end up doing collaboration. It's happened since we opened the page. As well, if you got a small business, we love to, show some support and drop your content there. Let us know that you got a small business. And if you got a product that can be shipped or mailed, because we got people all over the continent of the U.S., even better.
All over the world.
Yeah, well, all over the world, but definitely in just about every damn near 50 states. But
right.
Go to the we at the Twitter. We ain't in no Twitter beefs. At least not yet.
I don't know. Now Nick can control our Twitter. We might be in trouble.
Nick got control of it.
Nick got control of Twitter now, so I don't know.
Hey.
Beefs might be on.
Hey, negative or positive publicity can always equal publicity. So
stop getting the name out there. Stop getting the name out there, good or bad.
I know, right? All right.
Always reminds me of Howard Stern in the movie Private Parts. People who love him, why do you listen for so long? I got to hear what he says next. People who hate him, why do you listen for so long? Because I got to hear what he says next.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. We are also on the Instagram.
Oh, what's good, Matt?
If what's going on, Matt? If you want to slide in somebody's DM, slide to him with the Nick too, I guess. Yeah.
Handball, slide, jackknife, can opener, kamikaze crash, whatever you got to do, get in there.
Get on in there.
Get on in there.
We use the Twitter and the Instagram just to let you guys know what kind of content.
And after you leave Nick's house, wash yourself up, come by mine.
Anyway,
I don't want to know where I live. We will meet in an alleyway behind the pizzeria.
Well, wherever you leave Nick, just take a rag, wash your pussy, come by the crib.
Whoa. I said pizza. He said the other P word.
I'm sorry.
It's too early in the show.
Too early in the show?
Yeah, it's way too early in the show for shenanigans.
Should I say coochie, cookies?
No. Some canocchi.
Right, what should I say? What's the term we're using these days?
Nothing. Sophia might be watching.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Your sweet chocolates by my house.
Your candy cane.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Don't say that, bro, because you'll have me outside your house searching. It's Reese's, man.
He said chocolate. I'm sorry, Lamar. Go ahead, do your thing, bro.
Dear Lord, help me get through this day with these two. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Anyway.
I sound kind of like you come on a Honda.
But most importantly, please go to the YouTube page, I.O.W. Sports Network. That's where all our content is at, from Moneyline with Nick Sean, Wildcard Martin, Quick Round Rant, as well as the I.O.W. Sports Show, I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition. It's all on YouTube. So definitely like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Bing! And it'll let you know every time we drop new content. And give us a shout and holler on your respective app store, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Download the I.O.W. Network app. But we came here to talk some sports. Before I know Nick has possible franchise tag free agencies, big name free agencies that are coming up. Because was it mid-March? I think free agency kicks off mid-March.
Yeah. She was like the teens.
Yeah.
I think it might be a little later this year because the Super Bowl is a week later.
Yeah. I think I was seeing March 16th or 18th, something around there.
It's usually in that week. That Tuesday is the new league year, whatever that Tuesday is.
Yeah. Man, that mic sounds good, bro. God damn.
No, that sounds good.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, ladies?
No, sir. Sorry, sir. You still just as ugly as you was before.
You're beautiful.
The downside about the mic, you still got a video camera.
Right.
The downside about you being in North Carolina, you can't catch these hands.
You were still just as ugly as you were before. Nothing changes. You can't get fixed by a certain professional.
The video didn't come with Photoshop.
No, it didn't come.
You guys are weightists, not racist. Weightists. You're against big people. Fucking weightists, both of you.
All right. Just a quick little tidbits that I just wanted to hit on before we get too deep off into NFL talk, because I know how we can easily get stuck on that. But NBA is coming out of All-Star break this tonight. Got a couple of headline games today. I'm gonna probably check out a couple of them. You got Warriors and Trailblazers. Well, the Trailblazers aren't doing so well, but you get to see the Warriors. You got the Hawks and the Bulls. Your Nets take on the Celtics. I think that's a good matchup right there. Celtics actually been playing pretty well before the All-Star break.
And of course he's back. They rumored he may return, but I haven't seen anything that says he's back yet or not.
Who is this?
KD.
Oh, KD. I mean,
something big. You know who one of our coaches is, right?
What, Dan Tony?
No, I think he's gone. One of the best shooters in NBA history.
Oh, Ray Allen?
Kyle Korver has been working with Ben Simmons on his form.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If Kyle Korver can't fix you, that dude had a beautiful jump shot. Very underrated shooter, too.
He did, but I mean, you're talking about trying to help Ben Simmons in jump shot.
I didn't say it was going to happen. I'm just saying, the only other thing that would help him was a lobotomy with like Steph Curry.
Who else we got today? Cavaliers, Pistons. I mean, sorry, man, but Pistons ain't been worth talking about.
Ain't get an argument from me. Shoot. Can argue with me on that one.
Grizzlies, Timberwolves, Suns, Thunder, and Nuggets and Kings. Couple of good matchups that I'm definitely wanting to see. The Hawks and the Bulls is been a good matchup because the Hawks are trying to get out that little cellar that they've been dwelling in, and the Bulls are still trying to maintain their hot gameplay.
Right.
So coming out the All-Star break, who is the team that you would look out for? Detroit now.
Of course, the Warriors and Phoenix. And I think with Chris Paul being out, and they're only 6 games ahead, can the Warriors make up some of that ground?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that. Celtics, see what they're gonna do. They can keep up they winning ways, before the All-Star break. And just kind of curious, like when Brooklyn finally got all the pieces together, can they get back in this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if they keep losing, they might play themselves all the way out. Have to wait on next year.
As long as they get in, even if they got to play that 9-10 play-in game, nobody wants to see them healthy with Harris, Durant, Simmons, Aldridge, Drummond, Curry, Claxton, Mills, Cam Thomas. Like, they're fucking deep.
They just got my man.
Dragic.
Dragic, right?
Dragic just signed on as a point.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and I shared this in the group yesterday.
You get some good
yesterday or the day before. I shared in the group that you could be looking at the mandate now eliminated in New York City, which puts Kyrie as a full-time player.
Right.
They're looking dangerous right now, man.
Marks has done a fantastic job of putting this team together. And then the return that he got for Harden, who everyone knew Harden wanted out, is like Joe Douglas type of fleecing type of shit, I think.
I still to this day think the Nets got the better of their trade for the long term.
Yeah.
Both, right? Short term and long term.
And well, especially short term now because James Harden still hasn't suited up.
Jesus.
Who knows when he's going to? He'll probably either sometime this weekend or next week. But I mean, he's. I don't know. To me, there's no way you can just flip a switch and all of a sudden you're playing back to 100%. Like
right.
Of course, I hated the way he went out in Brooklyn. That was just some real chicken
Some
shit.
James Harden shit.
Well, yeah. He did the same thing to get out of Houston.
Right.
Just start dogging it and not really giving a damn.
That's what he does, man. And it's a shame because he was a really, really good talent.
Yeah.
But when we all know it, we've seen it with many athletes before. He's not the first, and he certainly won't be the last who believes they are bigger than the game.
Right.
Like I see it all the time. Like if the game went on, then we'll go on in the NFL without Tom Brady. It can go on without anybody, right? Like no one replaces the game. There might be guys we enjoy for a moment in time, but when your time's up, on to the next one, right? Cue the Jay-Z, Brooklyn, on to the next one. Right? No big deal, man. Harden, you're gone. Peace. You tried. You didn't want to do it. Get the fuck out. Did you see my boy from Carolina, Denny Green, his comments? Saying that if we play the Nets in a 7-game series, there could be no handshakes, there could be no love loss, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Because they're talking about Ben. Ben goes to the rim the first time. Embiid's going to fucking clobber him.
Oh, yeah.
Good. If I'm Ben, I'm going at – he said that he doesn't even think Ben would play in Philly.
Well, I don't believe that.
I don't know. Ben is proven to be a little sensitive. Just because he's a Net don't mean I'm going to be like a blind fan of his. He has proven to be a little soft mentally.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yes, but man, at some point, man, I think he's around a better environment just mentally because they're already feeling that he can help change what that roster is doing and what that team is doing.
Right.
And so, I mean, to me, I think one of the biggest things. But one of the biggest things that I think was against his mental is that the man literally was around a whole bunch of people that gave up on him. Embiid gave up on him. Doc gave up on him. And so, that compiled to his probably already existing mental issues. Like, damn, man, these cats don't even believe in me. I mean, it's easy to say, if I was in that situation, play through it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he's in a better atmosphere mentally. So, I mean, I think we're going to get I don't say a different Ben Simmons, but probably one that's going to have a little chip on his shoulder.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see, right? Because KD, for as much as KD gets knocks on him for other things, he's always been like a supportive, good teammate, and he will work with you, and he'll try to figure out the game plan, and his IQ is high. He knows how to play the NBA game, which is different than like a college and court game, with the rotations and the openings and how to move the ball to get the guys to open shots. He's very, very good with wanting to build it. So I'm very interested to see this team. Like, what did we say when OBJ went to the Rams? That day, I remember that Thursday show when he signed. We all said, you can't judge this trade today. You can't judge it on Sunday or the first time he plays. You got to wait 6 weeks.
Yeah, right. And now they got a Super Bowl title, and he was very integral in it.
Yeah. That signing worked out great for them because Woods got hurt the next day, Friday morning.
The next day,
yeah. So and they probably the trade deadline I think was over, so they wouldn't have been able to get anyone.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the first game Ben Simmons plays. I'm sure there's going to be hype around it, right? But whenever you look at these star teams that get put together, and you have multiple players with multiple, coming from different places and different schemes and different offenses and styles, it takes a bit for the head coach to figure out the right rotation. to figure out who do I want to play you with? What's the best for you? And for players to get used to one another, right? You might kick it to Seth Curry in the corner, and you're used to kicking it over there. You know,
Right.
You're probably going to see Simmons, Curry, and Drummond run together a lot because of their familiarity with one another until they get accustomed to everyone.
Right.
Steve Nash is going to play a big part in how in all this. He had honestly, he's going to have to throw a whole bunch of spaghetti noodles at the wall and see which one sticks, because he's going to you can't get set on, all right, I got these people available, let's run with these 5. No, I mean, matchups is going to play into that. So I mean, it's going to be real interesting to see how he handles the rotation and how deep on the bench he's going to get, because I mean, honestly, I think Brooklyn has a deep bench. So
they got a very deep bench.
Yeah, very deep bench.
You look at their second 5, you could have Aldridge, Drummond, Patty Mills, Cam Thomas, Joe Harris might be in there with the second 5 for a bit until he gets his legs back. That's a good 5. The Knicks would take that starting right now. Fuck you, Matt. I said it. Fuck you, Matt. Shots fired. Bang, bang.
I mean, I agree with you, Mel. Obviously, look out for the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors. I think those are a given, just because those two are pretty much very solid teams that are playing damn good basketball.
Yeah.
But man,
if the Nets get healthy, if they stay healthy throughout the playoffs, you're looking at a Nets Suns final. That's my call. I think they are just on a collision course, and they'll go through adversity. They'll get everyone back. They get the trade. I know the Bulls are playing nice ball. I know the Heat are playing good ball. You still got Giannis and the Bucks. Cleveland's playing some good ball. You got the Sixers. But if the Nets are at full strength, no restrictions with Kyrie, and they're healthy, I can't see anyone beating them in a 7-game series.
And I think with the Nets, though, it's their bench that makes them superior than a lot of teams, because I think there's some teams that probably can kind of hang with them in a 7-game series, you go 5-on-5. But then you start getting into that bench, and they can still pull out quality players.
Give me 1 second. We got breaking news.
Okay.
Eric Bieniemy is returning to the Kansas City Chiefs as the offensive coordinator. Jeff Chadia just reported it, and Sheffield tweeted it. So Bieniemy is back.
As he should.
He's back. Back again.
Yes, he's back.
As he should.
Back again.
But
eating cheats. I love friend.
So I think that's their biggest weapon there is that bench, man. Because you go into a 7-game series, you get, especially as you get deeper into it, you start getting worn out, players getting worn out. And when you teams like Golden State don't really have a deep bench.
Oh no, Golden State got a nice little deep bench.
Not like the Nets, though. Not like the Nets.
No. If you're comparing, like, I guess, certain names, then probably not, because Golden State's more younger than what Brooklyn is on their bench. But the thing is with Golden State is what you seen the first half of the NBA series, or first 2 quarters of it, first 2/3 of it, they literally were getting contributions not just from Steph and Clay, but they were getting contributions up and down the whole lineup. So
I mean, but you always seen that with Golden State. Even you look at some of the championships they won. They're putting players out there when Steph was sitting down and Clay was sitting down. It was contributing.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking them for that. I'm just saying, but you compare them with Brooklyn have, it's not too many teams that can go as deep as they can.
No.
I mean, right now, you know that you're going to get contributions from Andrew Wiggins, Clay, and Steph, for sure. So those are 3 guys that you know that you got a game plan for. Right now, just because of Brooklyn isn't healthy, you don't have to game plan for KD right now, and you don't have to game plan for Kyrie for half the time until that mandate goes
up. The best way to game plan for KD is a hammer to the knee.
No, I got a shirt idea. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, but now that Eric Bieniemy's back, you got to get like a red shirt with like a white silhouette of Andy holding the play sheet, the enemy standing next to him holding the play sheet, and underneath we put Fat Man and Robin.
Which one is which?
To be determined. It's open to interpretation. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder, my friend. Look at that new setup here with the shout out to I.O.W, Lamar and Jamel. They sent me a laptop, microphone, and camera here. So that's why you see the new setup with me. Shout out to you boys. Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem, man. We got to get you up off that couch. We know what you're doing over there.
I'm getting Lamar knows. He was here. Lamar knows.
That's why Lamar was able to sit down for a while.
Stand up off that motherfucker. Right. Sounds like you're always standing up. You stand up off of that couch. It sounds like you're unpeeling Velcro.
Man, look, man.
Hey, man, the more DNA, the harder it is to pinpoint it on one person.
I will look out for the Memphis Grizzlies, man. I just love
Memphis.
Man. I just love the way they're playing. John Morant probably is my leading vote getter for MVP. Not saying that he'll probably end up getting it, but man, he's playing out of this world.
Because all the other teams have like multiple players that could hurt, right? Suns have Booker and Paul. You know, the Nets will have Durant and Irving. Sixers got Embiid and now Harden, who's going to, I think, hurt Embiid. I don't see them meshing very well. That's gonna be a struggle there. So Ja, to me, reminds me of like 80s Jordan. He's going to go up against these teams and he can't do it on his own, but he's becoming so good.
Oh, really?
So quick that it's going to be very curious to see if they go out and get him a legit number 2, you know?
Mm-hmm. You see what Matt said?
Jay Williams on ESPN picked Memphis to make the finals. I don't know if they'll get to the finals. I mean, that's hard to say you're going to get past Phoenix, and that's hard to say you're going to get past Golden State.
Stop being bold, though, right? That's ESPN. They want crazy predictions. It's got us talking right now, right?
Hey, right. and I get it, but sometimes we got to take the talking points out of it and let's be realistic. I mean, Memphis. Look, they're a young squad and they're built well. The way that they got it. I like the fact that they went and got Steven Adams to shore up their inside presence. He's not going to do it score-wise, but he's going to get you rebounds. He's going to get you blocks, and he's going to play defense. Right. So, you got that. Jackson, their power forward, I like. Dylan Brooks, who's their shooting guard, he's not bad. And so they got some cats on there that can play ball. But if you line them roster up right now against Golden State and Phoenix, I'm hard pressed to say that you're going to get past those two. So I'm not saying it can't happen.
Right.
I just don't like the chances. Oh yeah, strange things happen. I just don't like your chances. I think Memphis has the potential to probably get a first round series win, depending on who they play, because they're third right now. They can beat a Denver. You know what I'm saying? They can beat a Minnesota or something like that. So past that, I'm not liking your chances if you start seeing Phoenix and Golden State. So, but I would definitely look out for them. And another surprise pick. I'm surprised how Cleveland is hanging in there. They're hanging at the 4 seed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
well, they rose up too because the Sixers and the Nets both free falled, right?
Yeah, they were down.
So they were like a middle of the pack team, but with the injuries and the issues going on with trades and stuff, Cavs are just playing steady ball. I don't think you can really count them as a contender. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up with a 3 or 4 seed and they get bounced by the 6 or 7, or 5 or 6, I should say.
Yeah, which would be like Milwaukee or Boston.
Might be the Nets.
Yeah.
It might be the Nets. Like, the Nets might end up a 6 or 7 seed, and nobody would want to see them, right? Nobody wants to see the Nets come to playoffs if they're healthy.
No. By that time, KD be back and Kyrie will probably more than likely be full time. So, I mean, that's
danger.
That is danger. Scary. That is
on the floor.
Scary.
Gotta keep my streak of hip hop references going. These show. Very underrated Busta Rhymes.
He said, "Watch out for my Knicks. Ain't going nowhere fast."
I'm glad there was a lot of sarcasm in that comment, man, because I was gonna be like, watch out for what and doing what.
Oh,
Right.
I started stretching. I was like, oh,
There we go. I'll pull out the jokes.
I'm about to light him up like he's Ukrainian.
Oh, wow.
Topical.
Too
It's
soon,
topical.
too
No
soon.
offense. It's topical.
Too soon.
It's a topical joke. I'm sorry. To our Ukrainian viewers, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, we're trying to build a following out there, bro.
We just lost our Ukrainian followers.
Sometimes you got to make the topical joke. No disrespect.
Hey, you know it's bad when Matt got to go wild. All right, but let's transition to some football. USF. Did anybody pay attention?
We got anything else we want to talk about? Because once we go football, you never go back.
I mean, not really. I don't have anything pressing. I mean, basketball is coming back tonight.
Right.
College basketball is getting closer to March Madness.
It's like I started really tuning in now.
Yeah, so you'll start seeing a lot of teams jockey for position, especially a team like Michigan. Despite the Juwan Howard situation.
I was just going to beat Rutgers last night too. I hope that Michigan goes 5-0 without Howard, and then he comes back and they get knocked out in the first round of the fucking Big Ten tournament.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, that's pretty much their ticket into the dance. Is they got to win that Big Ten tournament, man. Yeah. And you know what? I got a feeling they're going to see Wisconsin again, and just imagine all of the media hype that's going to be surrounded around that.
Right.
Like Wisconsin is in the way of Michigan and Juwan Howard making it to the dance.
Guy gonna come on them helmets they have on for Olympic boxing. Fool me once, shame on you.
bro, I saw that meme that didn't drop because I can't comment because I'm still in.
Oh, that's why you haven't been commenting? Oh man, I gotta tag you in all the stupidest shit then.
Bro, when Nick dropped the shit, he was like, Juwan Howard has made history as the only brother to slap a white man and not get fired for it. And when I saw that meme,
first black man to smack a white guy on the job and not get fired.
I hollered. I'm like, damn, I can't believe it.
Juwan Howard gonna show up dressed as like King Booker. He is the new king of the brothers.
It is I, King Booker.
I, King Juwan.
King Juwan.
Baseball nada, NBA nada. I hope you paying attention.
From the prestigious lands of East Lansing.
Oh, wait a minute. Not East Lansing.
Oh, Ann Arbor. I'm sorry, Ann Arbor.
Hey, yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
Because he got that man hot about it. He's like, whoa. Man was in full train of thought. There's something else in there. Whoa.
Oh, wait a minute. Now East Lansing.
Hey,
I was like saying Columbus.
Hey, I feel the same way when people say Kansas. I'm like, no, I'm not Kansas. I'm from Missouri.
Do I look like Dorothy, motherfucker?
I ain't got no red glittery shoes on. No place like home. No. And that is not my home. No.
Unless home is in your vagina.
I'm coming home. Coming home.
Coming in home.
Is there's a lady out there, please?
What do we say? Five times
world tag team champion, sucker. Wow, we got Matt getting on wrestling jokes with us. Oh, this show's about to definitely go down in the shitter. Matt, ain't nobody worried about your number 2 Arizona Wildcats because first of all, what y'all gonna do is y'all gonna do what y'all normally do as a Pac-12 team is look good, probably win the Pac-12 tournament, and then y'all be lucky to get at least one victory in the dance.
Hey, Jamel, did Michigan get a COVID or something outbreak? I'm looking at their schedule, and every game says postponed, time to be determined. They
I
got
don't know.
5 games up. I was looking to see if they played Wisconsin again.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
Well, they only got 4 games left.
Okay, yeah. How can it be postponed? There must be a COVID outbreak.
I don't know. I Googled Michigan basketball schedule because I was curious to see if they had, sometimes you play.
Right.
You play home and away.
Mm-hmm. New
funny.
coach, new regime, gonna be a number 1 seed. All right, man.
I mean, hey, y'all 24-2, but I mean, there's a lot of different conferences that are to me that are more proficient at basketball. I think the Big Ten has a very deep conference.
ACC
has always had a deep conference in basketball. The Big
ACC
12 has been,
because Auburn and Alabama have come up in the last couple of years as being like legitimate basketball teams. Still got Kentucky. Kentucky's always up there. You get your surprise like Vandy.
Yeah, every now and then Vandy, maybe Tennessee.
Yeah,
Florida.
No, I ain't watch your boys play, man. I gotta bust your chops. I mean, honestly, I don't know how you became a fan of Arizona when you in Jersey.
Mighty Mouse. Everyone became a fan when Mighty Mouse is there. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, you talking about what got to his name? I see his face.
Stoudemire.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I had it on the tip of my tongue, like, little guy, I know his name.
Come on, David Stoudemire came out of Arizona. Mike Bibby came out of Arizona.
Bibby, wow. Underrated player.
Iguodala came out of Arizona.
Richard Jefferson.
Yep, Richard Jefferson. DeAndre Ayton,
who might be the greatest guy to follow, like on social media.
Oh, really?
He's funny as fuck. He's funny as hell. There was a basketball, when you get an outdoor ball and it wears down over time, and the grip wears off, and then the paint wears off, and then it's just someone showed a picture of it, and then he shows the picture, and then it shows him in the video, and he's like, I need you motherfuckers to stop tagging me in this that it looked like me. And then at the end he's like, but it does. You heard what he said about Perkins the other day during the broadcast? Oh, legendary burn. It said something about Richard, when did you stop playing? And then they asked Perkins, when did you stop playing? And Richard goes, about 2 years before he retired. Good shit, man.
But he's not too far off. Perkins only those last few years in OKC, man, he was up there just collecting a check. I mean, it's okay.
He would get up off the bench and just high five people going to a timeout. That was his role.
Good play. All right, back to my spot.
He had like dress shoes, sweatpants, and then the warm-up top on just to make it look like he was part of the team.
With some beats on.
We called him the veteran cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I didn't know y'all had a male cheerleading department. Yeah, he over there.
So who let the ape in here?
Views expressed by Miller, not those.
Hey man, Perkins be saying some off the wall shit.
I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? He said something though today that I wanted to remember, and I can't remember. Something about Zion. Oh, he called Zion the NBA's Jamarcus Russell.
Ooh,
I
had to agree with on that one.
Could be.
You have a point on that one.
The other day for somebody said in the Chop group, he said, "This is crazy trying to compare Zion to Greg Oden," and I was like, "Why is it crazy? They both missed an entire year. They both played 61 of 82 in their second year, and Oden played 21 games.
He played that many."
Yeah,
and then Zion played 24. So in 3 seasons, they're in their 3rd season. They're only 3 games apart in total games played. He's like, but Zion was great. He was averaging 20. Well, fucking
Greg Oden was great.
What's the best ability? You say it all the time on the show. What's the best ability? Available. Right. I give a shit. You score 64 points a game. You ain't played for me in a year and a half. You're getting 0 points a game.
Yeah,
that's true.
People are too mixed up in a fantasy world, man, than reality and winning NBA games. I would trade Zion right now for a boatload if I could have, man. You want to take him? Go ahead. His body's too big. He can't hold up. I've mentioned it many times. Remember the NBA offseason? Carmelo, LeBron, everybody. They lost like 30, 40 pounds because they couldn't take it on their knees, their hips, their ankles anymore. So they all took off that weight after all bulking up.
Well, that's the crazy thing about basketball is you don't want to put on too much muscle. Otherwise, you lose your flexibility. You lose your agile.
Yeah.
But there's a downfall to it is, especially whatever position you play. If you're playing center, power forward, you kind of need
Darko Milicic.
But you're not being as explosive. You're kind of staying put in the paint. You're not going full speed on a leaning drive where your ankles, hips, and knees are taking all that shit. You're sliding 2-3 feet to the side, jumping the block. You're jumping for a rebound, kicking it out, and then we've all seen it. How many big men sprint up the court? They all do the fucking fat man jog.
Well, especially
the Robert Trailer jog.
Oh, tractor trailer. Nice. Good reference. Another Michigan boy.
Oh, yeah.
Number 54, if I remember correctly, right?
Something like that. Something like that.
Him and former Jet, Victor Hobson, both number 54s. I know useless shit.
Matt didn't over here named off the whole
Arizona squad.
Arizona alum.
He did.
He should just name a few.
Tractor Trailer did?
I don't recall.
I don't remember him, Dad.
I don't know. Hey,
somebody would have told me.
If you told me he is, I'd be like, oh, you're probably right. What am I going to argue it? I don't know what the fuck he's up to.
I have no idea. I think they should do a show like that. Like, where are they now?
Right. He's at Mom Spaghetti.
He might be dead if he's eating that.
Mom Spaghetti. All right, let's transfer over into the NFL. Obviously, with the breaking news of Eric Bieniemy coming back to Kansas City. I didn't see.
Oh, we got another story. Go ahead, finish that first, and then we got another story before we get into the other stuff.
Okay,
I didn't see no reason why not to bring him back. I mean, this has been happening the last 4 years. He's been one of the highly touted names to get a head coaching job. He doesn't get it, so go back to Kansas City, man. I mean, I think we've all kind of had our own inklings that I think he should be the coach in waiting in Kansas City. I mean, I don't see
the contract if they the length of the contract. You know what I mean?
Right. Did they give him another year?
Did they 1 year him because Andy might be like, I got one more year left, and then he's eligible to get a new contract as the head coach? You know what I'm saying? So I'm very curious to see if the numbers come out. Is it a 3-year deal? Is it a 1-year deal? You know?
Yeah. I'm surprised it actually took this long because there's been a whole bunch of hogwash going around in Kansas City about the collapse that happened in the championship game. Apparently, it was reported it was some rift between him and Patrick Mahomes, and I think it's hogwash. I think it was just somebody trying to didn't check their facts right. Because there's been
you're not signing the enemy if there was an issue. Let's be real. If Mahomes has an issue, you're gone. The owner would sell the team if Patrick Mahomes had an issue with the owner.
I mean, and not only you're talking that, but Travis Kelce over Super Bowl weekend as well as Tyreek Hill both dispelled that rumor. So it's like, I'm with you, Nick. There's no way you bring an offensive coordinator that doesn't get along with your star quarterback that you gave $500 million.
Yeah, you're not pissing off a $500 million quarterback and his fucking crazy looking wife for a $2-3 million offensive coordinator.
Bro, did you see the trailer?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
really?
Let's bring the show down, Matt. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Oh, that sucks.
But no, I think we've all had our own little takes that I believe that he's coaching waiting. Because I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Has to be.
It makes perfect sense. And I just think the enemy will be great for Mahomes because he's gonna hold him accountable.
It's a seamless transition too, right? When you go from Andy to be enemy, there's no change in the playbook. It's status quo. It's basically Andy Reid without Andy Reid still coaching the team, because he's gonna retire. Andy Reid's not going anywhere else, right?
Right.
No,
He's not gonna go take on the Jaguars or the Lions in a reclamation project at his age. He's gonna work here till he retires, and it'll be good for Mahomes because he won't have to learn a new system. He's been in the same system his whole career, and as long as nothing catastrophic happens, they should be a contender for the foreseeable future, and the enemy should have a decent run as the head coach. So it's good for them. I just pray to God that Patrick did have that conversation with his brother and his fiance and says, "You two fucking crackheads need to stay out of the stadium."
I thought I saw a report say he did say that though.
I'm joking.
No.
We all wish he did have that conversation.
There were fake reports out there that he had to sit down with Jackson. But he went on Twitter or Instagram and was like, "Man, y'all just come up with the most craziest shit in the world." So he's already went ahead and dispelled that.
Right, said he ain't saying that.
Well, that's what he says. But me personally, I think I would have that conversation with him. I mean,
I would too. I'd be like, "Look, don't be coming up here acting a fool. Matter of fact, don't even bring your butt up here no more."
I mean, I hate to say it,
they've been with him since he was in high school, so it's not like she started dating him.
And that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, there's, whether is she wants it or not, she brings and draws attention on social media. She brings
the drama,
and eventually it's going to get back to him. Obviously,
he's never positive attention.
He's well aware of the attention that she brings. He's aware of it. He has to be. Because
remember the rules of Wedding Crashers? If you're going to bring attention to yourself, bring it in a positive fashion only.
Not a bad Vince.
If she was, I would like to see her be more talked about because she does the whatever charitable philanthropy she does around Kansas City with Patrick.
Pouring water on people.
Yeah, champagne, not water, champagne.
Yeah, the champagne.
Champagne. I'm sorry.
And look, don't get me wrong. I was at the game. I literally saw her doing it, and the fans were asking for it. Like, please, crazy game. Like, pop the champagne. And they
sounds like Mel's defense all the time. They were asking for it.
No, they literally were.
Right. Tell me, come on, please pop it. Please pop it.
I heard she's going to start dating Drake. She's going to be the champagne mommy.
Your motorboat.
I'll show myself out after that joke. I'm sorry.
But I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but she's built her brand with she's built her little workout brand, like with the clothing line and workouts and things. If she was doing and pushing that more often, I wouldn't even care what she does, because
people pushing a dental plan.
People will be talking about that, or she's taken over, I guess, the operations for the women's soccer team in Kansas City. Like, go do that. Like, go focus on that. Like, let this man focus. I'm just saying, let this man focus on football. Right. And let him be the greatest quarterback that he can possibly be. But especially that damn brother of his, he definitely needs to take several seats and sit the hell down.
He need to go get a job or something.
Yeah,
for real.
So when you mentioned the soccer team, I don't know if you saw my face light up, but when I think of something, my face, I get that fucking crazy grin on my face when I think of something. I can picture her at soccer practice with like 3-4 balls in the corner, laying there on the ground like a lion, just like gnawing on them with those teeth. That's why her teeth are so low. And never, gentlemen, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Never date a woman who has a greater gum to tooth ratio, because they're constantly gnawing their teeth and stressed out and ready to flip on you. Never do it. Never do it. That is Nick's advice for a happy life. No crazy wife equals happy life.
Nick Golden Nuggets.
This man said with the craziest gum to teeth ratio.
Never do it, man. That's a red flag. That's not a red flag. That's a put a suicide vest on and get the fuck out of there.
So they got no teeth. That makes a good dick sucking.
Sir.
What happened?
Erroneous on all counts.
Sir.
We're just gonna quote Wedding Crashers now the rest of the show.
I mean, is that what we're doing today?
I don't know.
What happened?
It's NFL offseason, man. We got to get
What's going on?
No. I'm talking about Mel. Like, I don't know why he always had to do.
Hey, that's Matt, man. Matt leaving these comments. He softballing them in there. I gotta swing
it.
It
Is Matt.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't have to
up.
swing. No.
Matt, I got a
you can take a picture too. You can take a picture too.
Matt, if they got no teeth, they probably live in Keensburg. That's a New Jersey joke. Anybody watching gets that. I was a cable guy and had to go in like every house in that town. There's some very interesting characters.
Batter up.
So, hey, this is the most baseball we'll see.
This year.
Right this year.
Yes, because them sorry sons of bitches can't come to no kind of agreements, man.
Man, for real.
Like April, we're gonna be like, hey, did we talk baseball this year? Yeah, remember that day when it went from Britney's teeth to
because like hey, I don't bro, every report I get from the whole talks is like they're still so far apart. And
ridiculous.
They gave till Monday for the deadline to not postpone the season.
And I love that
nobody gives a shit.
That's the part right there.
Yeah, but that's
I don't give a shit. Baseball's fucking baseball. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, I don't give a shit.
No, I mean I kind of care. I wanted to take the girls to the game when we go to Kansas City in April, and just have fun in the atmosphere. Like to me, like going to a baseball game, whether it's major league or minor league, like it's fun, man. It's fun. Back when I was on my own, I love to go with the homies and
Yeah, absolutely. I did too throughout the years, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. Like if football did that shit, we would be lined up like Canadian truckers outside of the fucking NFL office in Manhattan. You're like, fuck this, man. And it would not be a peaceful protest if there was no NFL.
Be an insurrection all over again.
Fuck yeah.
Worse. I don't know.
Worse because Goodell will not be opening the doors for us.
Oh no, he's not. But did y'all see? USFL just had their draft.
Oh, your boy Mel was the number one pick.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, Shane Patterson for the Michigan Panthers.
For the Michigan
They
Panthers.
did a weird structure.
No, that's the name of the Michigan team, the Michigan Panthers.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Did you see the structure they did for the draft? You had to pick a position. So you had to take quarterback.
Oh, really?
And they did an order, and you picked 1 through 8 for quarterback. And then they did quarterback again, and it was a different order, like 1 through 8. And then they did like 4 rounds of tackles, and you got whatever pick you got in that round. So instead of an open draft, they did a positional structured draft.
Well, in that case, it makes sense in a sense because you're just starting. Because then, you get an open draft, and then you got all tackles and corners, and you know what I'm saying?
But it prevents the team from loading up, like taking the top 2 quarterbacks.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like you have your draft, you have your positional draft.
Right. So I kind of like it for the first. And once
it wasn't bad. It was unique, and you got to do that when you're doing like a groundbreaking opening draft. After this, you can probably do it different because you have your team in place.
Right.
I'm curious to see what they do moving forward. Do they allow you, like, say you get a guy who gets signed on to the NFL, right? Do you get the first pick of that positional round? Like, how are they going to work future drafts, or it's just going to be an open draft like NFL does? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's curious to see how they run it.
So is the USFL going to be like the NIT? I mean, like once all the top players go, then the rest left goes to the USFL, and then you do a draft for them.
Well, I know in this one they had 35 rounds because obviously it's brand new and you need to fill out a roster.
Right, right.
So I'm not sure
they have tryouts and like free agent signings.
Yeah.
But you got your core of your team already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, interesting. It's different, but you gotta be different.
Well, here's the thing. I don't. And I know we spoke about how the XFL and the NFL is going to have their little partnership. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the USFL jumps on that same board, because you're gonna be looking at the USFL and the XFL pretty much being in competition with each other, because you're going to be in the off season of the NFL, because you're not going to go against the NFL and survive. So let's be honest about that. And so I can see where the XFL and the USFL are pretty much being just the pipeline, the minor league or development league for the NFL, like kind of how NFL had the NFL Europe, almost in a sense.
Yeah. The Barcelona Dragons.
Yeah, yeah, the Scottish Claymores or some shit like that. But I'm not.
Frankfurt had a team.
Yeah, Frankfurt, Germany. Yeah, like some of these teams, some of these players. Some names I kind of vaguely remember playing college ball. Some end up getting drafted in later rounds in the NFL. Just didn't make it to the final, roster, practice squad guys. So I mean,
yeah.
You're pretty much already starting off with just the scraps of the people that didn't make it in the NFL or have had a quick a cup of coffee in the NFL. So I mean, I think you're going to be able to see some talent prevail and stand out more than others. But if you're going to get, I don't know. I think you get more college football feel than the actual NFL competition or development league. But I mean, they'll end up being the pipelines for the NFL. But I mean,
yeah, I don't know if I like that though.
It's good for guys who.
It's good for them,
because when you're a practice squad player, say you're an edge rusher, you can't go fucking hit the quarterback in practice, and show what you can do. Can you jar the ball loose? You're not touching them. So to get some game exposure is always good. I'm always for everybody. Every opportunity they can get to fulfill their dreams, right? And if your dream is to get in the league and taking the baby steps and going through this process, we all laugh still. We name the two guys from the XFL years ago that made the NFL. We could still do it. Tommy Maddox and Rod Smart. He hated me. We both know their names. 22 years later, we know the guys who made it. So we watched those leagues. We saw them come up. Tommy Maddox was the starting quarterback for the Steelers until he got hurt, and then Big Ben came.
Right.
Yeah,
I think Tommy Maddox was the quarterback for a Steelers playoff game.
He was against
the Browns, I think, right?
Yeah.
And they lost that game, I believe.
Well, when you look at Tommy Maddox, because he got drafted to the league, burnt out, didn't live up to his hype, and the XFL resurrected his football career.
So it's good for somebody like that, I'll throw out a name. Christian Hackenberg.
Yeah.
The quarterback the Jets drafted out of Penn State in the second round. I think he's coaching or trying to play baseball now. But that's a name that popped into my head from the Jet ties. But he could go, players like that who maybe weren't ready for the NFL, maybe weren't mentally mature enough at that time. And now they're 26, 27 years old. They're like, all right, I got my life figured out. I thought I was going to be a superstar. My ego was too big. I didn't do things the right way. Let me start again and come up. So it's going to be interesting to see who takes advantage of the opportunity and who's just going through the motions for a check,
Right.
I also looked at it this way, and I know that the USFL and probably the XFL will probably end up being the pipelines for the NFL. I just want these leagues to think bigger than that. Like, be your own USFL where people are flocking to go play in the USFL, or be your own XFL. And this was probably my only drawback that I wish the XFL would have probably waited on doing a partnership with the NFL, because now the NFL is using your league for, experiment shit, pretty much. Like when it comes to officiating or different types of rule changes and things like that. So my thing is like, you're pretty much setting yourself up to be the guinea pig for the NFL. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
We got this.
What comes with pairing with the NFL?
Oh, well, money, yes. And I get that.
Well, it helps the league, right?
It does. But I'm just saying, it's like, sometimes it's like, XFL and the NFL wasn't trying to, I was about to say that they weren't trying to do a partnership in the beginning, but that was more Vince McMahon. He thought he was too damn fucking smart.
Vince did it the wrong way.
He did it way the wrong way.
He challenged the NFL. He should have embraced it, and
he did.
Vince has always beaten everyone he went against, and he just got done beating Turner and WCW.
Yeah,
and his fucking chest was bigger than ever, and he's like, "Now I'm going to take on the NFL."
Yeah,
hold on, buddy.
Good luck with that, bro. Hold on.
Well, but if you know,
bitch.
But before COVID, I thought the XFL had a good shot of actually staying around.
And then
it's a decent product.
They shut it down, and The Rock had to buy it.
Yeah,
he put some investors together, and they bought it to run it. But it's never going to be the pipeline, the main pipeline, but it's a good alternate route for guys to try to get to the NFL. And you can make your name for yourself in that league. You're going to get a tryout. You're going to get an invite to a training camp.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you.
I mean, it can only be good. It's never a bad thing to get exposure for athletes trying to make it.
Oh, no doubt. I just want these guys to be able to still make a decent living, and then, maybe not deal with so much politics that comes with the NFL. Like these player unions and these CBAs are not in favor of the players, and I need them to wake up and pay attention. Like, y'all got to find a way to get long-term health care, guaranteed contracts. I mean, this is the most dangerous sport out of all of the 4 major sports, and you can't get guaranteed contracts. And why is that? That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to why once you leave the game of the NFL and you can give your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit to that league, and they can't take care of you after that. You know what I'm saying? They only take care of you to a certain extent, and it shouldn't be like
considering that they fucking print money.
Oh man!
And now you got Amazon coming in next year with that deal. I was listening to Pat McAfee show today, and they're talking about how there's going to be like announcer changes this year.
Yeah,
like how Michaels and Troy Aikman might be the Monday Night Crew, and how like Jim Nantz might pay the $17 million to get rid of Romo.
I'd rather get rid of Collinsworth than Romo.
Collinsworth is still under contract with NBC.
Michaels,
I think his contract is up. So, but if you're ESPN,
I think Michaels is kind of aging out.
Why are you going to pay that money for those announcers, knowing you got a better product on ESPN2 with the Mannings that you just extended through 2023?
Right.
Like, who watches the regular broadcast when the Mannings are on? I don't know anybody that does it.
Hey,
why would you pay $40 million a year for Michaels and Aikman?
Well, look at it this way. Look at it this way, Nick. You can pretty much double your money in viewership because you bring the name Al Michaels, who is like historically known to call great football games. And whether you like Troy or not, there's a lot of people that like Troy Aikman announcing games. He's been doing it for 25 years now.
Well, you could have Beetlejuice and Hank the Drunk Door from Howard Stern doing the game. And if there's an NFL game on, I'm going to fucking put it on. I've never put on a sporting event because somebody talking.
Oh, no.
That's me. And I'm a diehard fan, but I don't.
No, I do. I will say I do like commentating when I'm watching the game.
Some commentators bring a certain to the game,
absolutely, man. I'm a huge Gus Johnson guy. Brings another element and another level to the game unlike any other announcer. But I'm not putting the game on and saying, "Oh, I got to hear what the announcer's going to say." I can watch the game in mute and comment myself during the game and be good.
No, yeah. No. You bring up a true point. You don't watch a game.
But why would you spend that money to bring in 2 top names, knowing you got a great product on ESPN2? Like, to me, it's just burning money to burn money. I would put everything in. Put Scott Van Pelt on the fucking game. Let him fucking do it. He's already an ESPN employee. Let him do the game with another ESPN personality. Because everyone's fucking ESPN2.
Honestly, it's all the same thing. The mouse, when you work for the mouse, his pockets is long when it comes to entertainment.
It is.
Absolutely.
Real long. So,
it's counterproductive. Like you said, people might flock to that because of the announcers' names.
You're right. But they don't care because they got mouse funding.
I got it.
The mouse got that cheese, man.
I had $6 for a Nesquik out of that shithole.
Right.
Hey, Mickey Mouse got the longest
Like that
pocket
cheese.
in entertainment.
The longest what? What have you been
Pocket.
doing with Mickey?
No, his pocket is he got a lot of cheese. He got a
You got a lot of
lot of cheese. And you know,
You
that
know
mouse.
they're getting ready to try to build
Mice
another
love
city.
cheese. Mice love cheese.
Yeah, and especially that one.
You know,
I might be a mouse.
Disney get ready to try to build another city out in California.
Bro, they can afford it.
But the last one, the one they did in Florida, Celebration, did not do well.
They don't care. They said we got lots of money and people still gonna give us money because we own entertainment. They own entertainment. They own it. I mean, go. Matter of fact, go look at the highest grossing movies on the list, and you're gonna keep scrolling till you get past the Disney one. They own it. They
bought Marvel. They bought everything, man.
But Marvel, I mean, you can even go back to Avatar, Star Wars. I mean, go back to damn Toy Story 1. Go back to Lion King.
They're not.
I saw this tweet.
They don't have Pixar anymore.
Yeah, but when Pixar was big, they owned them. They had that money. Mm-hmm. So
I saw a tweet this week about Toy Story that you bring it up. The only reason Toy Story 2 exists, the original movie got deleted and they had no copies of it. The only reason Toy Story 2 got released is because a woman who was home on maternity leave had the copy on her laptop. That's the only reason. And now she's like the producer of the new what was the new movie coming out with them? She's the producer of that movie because like she saved the fucking day.
You know, Encanto. And the cartoon one, Encanto, is that it?
I don't know. I know the name of it. Right. Sophia loved that shit when she was a kid, man. She'd wake up like 5:45 in the morning, hit me in the head with the remote, point at the TV, and go, "Lights."
My little boy's favorite movie is Toy Story 3. Yeah,
Disney got that long money, man. So they don't. They're not thinking fiscally. They're thinking about all the money they can make. You know, just off of theme parks alone,
right?
Royalties from all the movies that they didn't drop with your name on it. I mean, they're living it up. They don't give a damn about being fiscal, man. But I mean, it goes to the bigger thing. But I don't know. I don't think Al Michaels and Troy is in a bad little duo though to get on Monday Night Football, because if you think about it, you want to try to get back to when the historical feel of Monday Night Football. You know, Al Michaels used to.
It's better than when they had Dennis Miller on there. That jack was garbage.
Oh, Dennis Miller, Dan Fouts. That's fucking trash.
Man, I remember they had Tony Kornheiser on there for a minute, man.
Yeah, they did.
They did, didn't they?
Kornheiser for on there.
Whenever I watch the Jet Monday Night Miracle, it's Dan Fouts, Dennis Miller, and Al Michaels who did that game. I was like, yeah, it's bad. It's rough. Especially when the Jets were down. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the booth during that game.
Oh wow!
You know, that was the Jumbo Elliott cast.
They had the subtitles go out here speaking. Hey, look at the ball! They did the ball!
I told you that today. I watched the Jets play. A good Long Island boy.
They looking like
to Wayne Corbett.
Looking like.
What the fuck did you say?
What the hell Arnold just say?
They are down 23-7. Somebody needs to pump them up.
He said something about his maid and more kids. I don't know what he said.
Get you the chopper. Shut up, man.
That's a real pay. You got the side chick living in the house with you, and the kid.
That's those rich people problems, bro.
I don't got it going on.
No, those are rich people.
No, I had an idea. I say
those are rich. I
see. Bro. I'm looking at it now.
I can't with y'all, bro. Something wrong with y'all. But no,
hey, that's true though.
Too soon? Too soon?
Right, too soon.
Goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, let's get into these.
Wait. Before we get into that, so on the NFL Network earlier, I was talking to Mel about it when he was helping me set everything up.
Yeah.
There is a criminal case pending with Deshaun Watson. He has to testify for 9 civil suits first. After his testimony, they will then decide if they are going to or how heavily they're going to proceed with the criminal case. And multiple teams, Jordan Palmer, I think his name was the reporter. He was saying last year, multiple teams were willing to give up 3 1s and later round picks to get him. But each and every team did not want to give that with the criminal case pending. So Houston's already said they're not playing him. So he might just be a sitting duck, man. Like it's going to get really, really bad for him. Like the best part of it may have just been sitting out this season because now he's going to get dragged through the mud.
You're talking about he's about to see the grand jury. Oh, that's all it is.
He's got to. There's 9 civil cases against him that he has to testify about.
Yeah.
And then based on his testimony, they can be like, all right, we got you on this, and this. We're gonna go to jail for 20 years. Horrible, man. Horrible. That's why you always pay cash for Gooch.
Right. Always pay cash.
Never use a credit card. Never use a credit card. Never have them come to your house.
Right.
I mean, there's places that are built on this service. How young and dumb do you have to fucking be? You need somebody like me to mentor you and get you through these tribulations.
I'll just take 25%. That's all.
2 life lessons your boy Nick is giving everyone today. To gum the tooth ratio and never use a credit card or invite them to your house where they have your address. Go in there with a fucking Groucho Marx glasses and mustache if you have to. Go in there with a T-shirt that says, "Hi, my name is Mel Shady."
I don't know how the hell we got to this, but Jesus Christ.
Deshaun. I saw it on the NFL Network earlier. Deshaun is all jokes aside, that takes away. But I see the banner, Mel, and bro, I thought that was hilarious that they really think Blaine Gabbert could possibly be the heir apparent in Tampa Bay behind, taking over the hefty lefty. Jared Lorenzen is still retired.
But here's the thing, though. I'll
Super Bowl winning Jared Lorenzen. I'm sorry, he got a ring with the Giants one year.
I posed this question to Nick. So they were saying that Arians is the quarterback whisperer because and he can probably do the same thing with Blaine Gabbert. But my question is he really a quarterback whisperer who he just had great talent to quarterbacks that he actually had, behind him? You look at Brady, Manning, and all other quarterbacks that he had, they're all great quarterbacks. So is he really a quarterback whisperer who just had the luck of having great quarterbacks? And I think this Blaine Gabbert incident will show or prove whether he's really that quarterback whisperer.
I'll say this. Blaine is obviously the cheaper route to go.
Yeah.
He'll be the cheaper route.
Was Mike Glennon not available?
Look, you got it helps because Blaine has had some time in the NFL.
Okay.
Didn't play a lot of good games in the NFL, but he was in Jacksonville, so that doesn't help neither. So
in the playoff for him?
No,
that was Bortles. That was Bortles. That's right. That was Bortles. I remember now. Yeah, Bortles. Yeah.
What I said, never mind. You go into the season with Blaine Gabbert as your starter. You're losing Godwin. You're losing Gronk. You're losing Fournette. You're losing all your weapons. Like they're not staying there with Blaine Gabbert. They're not like we're gonna run.
Can't find no man named Blaine.
Hey, but not only that, Nick.
The only Blaine I care about does magic. David Blaine.
Right, David. That's his last name. This guy's first name is Blaine.
This Blaine can make Tampa's playoff chances disappear.
Wow.
Like that?
Wow.
That's how you put a pretty bow on comedy. That's Dave Chappelle level shit right there, folks.
But not only that, to your point of you saying certain people leaving, Nick, Tampa Bay's in a really jacked up cap
And the center Jensen too. The Jensen's a free agent. They're not staying there for Blaine Gabbert.
Right.
Fuck out of here.
Hey, I'm willing to bet that this was probably another reason why Tom retired, because it's like, all right, I'm not going to go in New England situation again where we were on top and then all of a sudden I got nobody around me. Like, they weren't going to be able to afford to repay each other like they did last year. Like, Tampa Bay was going to look like a very different team regardless whether Tom was going to stay or not. So he wasn't going to have the luxury of having all those top guys around him again. And so I think that kind of helped play in the part of like, you know what? Let me go ahead and sit it on down. Hold
on, I got another one. To go with him would be Insane in the Membrane. No, not as good. Insane in the Blade.
You just gonna double down on that shit?
Yeah, I thought it was better to go with the deeper voice.
Damn it, Nick.
You was on the roll, Nick. You was on the roll, Nick. You was on the roll. Trying to bring some comedy to your life.
Yeah, that was 100% dad jokes, bro.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Fine. I'm a dad. That's allowed.
Look, I'll say this.
Bruce Arians is a quarterback whisperer, like Mel is a whisperer when he goes, "Bitch, you ain't gonna remember this."
Just toss the ham into the fry pan, like,
and then I bounce back with a gem.
That was good. Now that was good.
That was about as bad. That was about as bad as you being an altar boy and a priest whispering in your ear. Just relax.
Don't be so tense.
Why you just sitting there?
Oh, now I'm going to tie both together with this one. Why don't you loosen up? Stop being a Blaine in the butt.
This is Catherine.
Oh my God, this show is fucking
matches with a reference from the movie Kids. Hey, it's me, Casper. Great reference, Matt. Holy shit, great reference.
Hey, but look, Ryan Clark was right. If the Pittsburgh Steelers go in there with Mason Rudolph as your quarterback, oh, good luck. Good fucking
always right, man. I'm always right.
So in this game, in this Blaine Gabbert situation, I don't know. I rather rock with Blaine. He had to learn something these last 2 years.
But who are you drawing as a free agent when you say Blaine Gabbert's our guy?
Right.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he had to learn something from Tom the last 2 years. He had to learn something.
I understand, but learning and applying are two different things. Learning and applying are two different things. You can learn whatever the fuck you want.
You're 100% right. But Blaine Gabbert's been able to survive in the NFL. You know, really, he's been a backup.
Nobody ever put all their chips in the Blaine Gabbert corner. So you can bounce around as a vet. And why do you bounce around as a vet, as a veteran backup? Because you haven't fucking played enough to get exposed and be bumped out of getting signed. So I would be, listen, it's the NFL. Kurt Warner fucking came out of nowhere, right? So, like, you can't ever just completely shit on it, but I'm going to shit on it. Like, I don't know how you're going in with Blaine Gabbert.
Me neither.
You didn't go in with Kurt Warner as your guy. You went in with Trent Green as your guy.
And he got hurt. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So going in with a no-name veteran journeyman, I'd rather bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick. You know what you fucking get? And Tampa Bay loved him.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did. And he was playing well until, you know, the defenses figured him out. But I mean
you got to have a good backup plan if Blaine Gabbert's going to be your man. Like all jokes aside about the name and all that other stuff, serious football opinion, you cannot go in with like Blaine Gabbert as number one and Kyle Trask as number two. You fucking cannot do that.
Pittsburgh's in the same situation. They don't have.
Pittsburgh's going to make a move. Pittsburgh's going to make a move. There's no way they can't make a move. That fucking team is so Super Bowl ready, man, with those receivers and that defense. You add Russell Wilson, you add Jimmy G. They're fucking title contenders. That's how good that team is, and that's how bad Ben was.
Oh, we
know
Ben was.
There's no argument from that
one. No, but you don't. Yeah, but you don't go in there with Mason Rudolph as your number one.
Wow, damn man.
He said that's a hell to the no. no to the no. But that's what I'm saying. You can't go in there with Mason Rudolph as your number one. I'm like RC, like nah, bro.
I'd rather go with Mason Rudolph than Blaine Gabbert.
Nah, I can't get you.
I would too.
I mean, it's 51-49. I'm not saying it's a clear-cut win, but I would rather go with Mason Rudolph than Gabbert. You could turn Mason Rudolph into a Mark Sanchez. Slants and handoffs all day.
And I get what you're saying, but not everybody in Tampa Bay is leaving. So is you still got majority of that Super Bowl roster that's still on that squad. I mean, I think they got enough in there that can carry
most of your offensive weapons going to be
Tampa
gone.
Or Pitt?
Tampa.
It.
No, Tampa. I mean,
you're going to lose Godwin. You might lose Fournette,
Gronk, Godwin, Jensen. Right. You got Davis, who's a cornerback, who people are saying to get like a $17-18 million 1-year deal.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee you lose Fournette because there weren't a whole bunch.
Fournette ain't staying there with playing Gabbert, dude. He played with Blake Bortles and wanted to fuck out. And Bortles was in an AFC championship.
You might lose soon.
The day and era of 1-year deals, championship ring hopping is upon us. Everyone's going to be a Karl Malone now. They're not going to wait until they're past their prime. They're going to do it and get that guaranteed money every year. Because when you sign those long-term deals, a lot of the money in that NFL contract is smoke and mirrors. You never see that shit. Mm-hmm. You sign 4 1-year deals of $8 million guaranteed. Yeah. That's better than getting a fucking 4-year, $50 million deal because you get that $32 million.
Hey, that's why Kirk Cousins is the fleecer. That man has fleeced.
Vanessa.
He got that 3-year, $75 million contract, which was all guaranteed. Probably the first in NFL history that
wasn't it 390.
It was 375, and then I think he went back again for the 390.
Wow.
Because they just already, I think he's in this past year was year 1 of that second, third year.
Okay. Yeah, because he was a free agent in 2018. I wanted him as quarterback and the Jets to take Quentin Nelson at guard. Instead, they traded up and went Sam Darnold, but I was huge on Cousins and Quentin Nelson, and that would have turned the fucking offense around. But Gase was coach, so it wouldn't have worked out for shit.
No, we're not even going to speak about Adam Gase on our podcast. We're not. No, we're not.
If we do, you got to do this.
Hey, there's no way he can't tell me he was not coked out for that press conference.
I know he does the smelling salts before the games. I wonder if he did one before the press conference. I don't know.
He did something. I don't know.
What's the point of smelling salts before the game? That's what to hype him up or something.
Makes you alert.
Yeah, wake you up.
It makes you alert. I mean, I don't know unless you've been up for 3 days.
Gets all the endorphins in your brain clicking and shit.
I don't know.
Do cocaine.
Listen, I can justify a lot of shit. I cannot justify Adam Gase, so I'm not even going to try to.
Thank you, Nick. We appreciate you.
I'm here to help.
Ricky Fitzpatrick's mom broke it down to me. Much people think contracts don't point the entire picture.
No, it's like I said, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's presentation. It's
majority of it
perception, right?
Well, no, because what they'll do is they'll give you a big lump sum of guaranteed money. Everything else is pretty much incentive based.
Yeah.
So I mean, me personally, that's what I say. Next time the CBA expires, they need to get to the table and be like, no, we need guaranteed contracts. I mean, you see NBA players get 4 years, $252 million, 5 years, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
To me, there's nothing that the NFL can't make that possible. You're generating $10 billion a year. You're probably going to make $15 billion off of this year,
easily.
So it's like, pay these players, man.
More that Amazon Prime deal that's the reason that the salary cap's blowing up so much.
Oh, salary cap is about to blow.
If they're putting $900 million into the team caps, you figure 32 teams up $30 million. That's another $960 million that goes to the players. How much of that money? That's per year, not just length of the contract. That's $960 million a year.
Yeah.
How much money is the fucking owners in the league making? You know, they're probably double, triple that. Easy.
That's a
Profit.
That's why it's not a 50-50 split. The owners ain't stupid.
No.
And that's why I need some of these football players to start having a more business mind dealing with these CBAs, because
stop the long-term contract. That's the first thing. I know they like to bet on themselves, but you could tear your knee in year 2 and the team cuts you, and it's like dead money. It's not payable money.
Yeah.
It's just against their cap. It's not money you're getting. They can fucking get rid of you guys at any time, like the players. Now, 1-year deals with fully guaranteed contracts will be the way that it goes, I believe. You're going to see guys starting to be smarter and not looking for the big, huge contract. And let's be real, it helps both sides. You get your guaranteed money as a player, and then
my fault, because Matt's talking about what Goodell made. Goodell made $120 million in like 2 years. So
Goodell gets paid a percentage of what the league makes and profits. That's why you're seeing the Amazon deal. That's why you saw the Yahoo deal or whatever it was a couple of years ago. That they are going to find ways to generate revenue, because Goodell's pay is based off of what the league and the owners make. He gets a percentage of that, I believe.
Hey, look,
that's why 1 year he'll make 30 and the next year he'll make 120 because a new contract hit.
Like the guy or not, he's made the NFL a lot of fucking money. He's made the NFL.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I personally love Roger Goodell. I don't get the hate for him. I really, honestly do not.
Well, I don't dislike him. I just wish that he would be more willing to put that money towards the after effects when these guys get out the league.
But that's not him. That's the owners having to agree. That's the collective bargaining. You can't just.
Oh, and I get that. That's all CBA.
Go to the league one day and send an email and be like, we're taking a percentage of your money. But they've been doing more and more. They've been doing a lot with the veterans, with getting them healthcare, with getting them checked, for mental stuff, with all the hits that players take in the NFL. But they've been doing more and more. They're in a lot better place now than they were 15 years ago. Let's put it that way.
I'll say that. I'll say that for sure.
And you hate to say, hear me out before you judge me on this statement. The Junior Seau situation ended up being something that helps out other players, because something and a name like that and something so atrocious as that now brings light on the situation and helps people long term. So it's turning a negative into a positive, right? Like that's a huge name, and for that name to commit that act, it kind of gets the wheels in motion to be preventative for other players going forward.
Yeah.
Not that it's a good thing, but a good thing is coming out of it, it looks like.
Well, because, you got to find a way to have a type of response to it. After the CTE stuff came out to it, you had to have a response to it. So, you don't want to turn a blind eye to it and ignore it, because we just had the situation a few months ago with the guy that played in the NFL. He was a bounce around kind of a special teamers down in South Carolina. He took out a whole family and took out a deputy, I believe, and then, killed himself. So, you want to avoid headlines like that.
Yeah.
Because
we can make all the jokes we want, but something ain't right with AB. I know he can go on this PR tour now and hang out with Kanye and look like shit's good, but we all know that man has not been right since that Perfect hit. We all know it. We all know it. Like, what do we got to do? We got to wait for 10 years from now where he, God forbid, commits atrocious acts, and we're all like laughing. Oh, he was a punchline 15 years ago. Myself included. I made fun of him, but I also, at the same point of making my jokes, I try to make a point where I deal with mental health shit myself. You guys know this. We've talked about it off air a lot. You got to do something, and the league can't just keep bringing him back in. Like, there's got to be some serious, and he's not the only one. You know, there are people, you know, there got to be more. There's got to be more the league can do. You're 100% right. And, you know, guys like Dak stepping up.
Him and Hayden Hurst.
The tight end from the Falcons.
Hayden Hurst,
yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking Austin Hooper for some reason. I knew it was a name with an H. But the more you have guys speaking out, the more the light gets shined on a situation. And in the day and era that we're in with Twitter, with PC, with public relations, the league has to act. You know, whether it's just a player going to ownership itself. You know, Calvin Ridley sat out this year.
Yeah.
One of the players on the Eagles, the offensive line, sat out.
Lane Johnson.
You know, The more that players step up and the more that players go to their organizations and aren't afraid, for lack of a better term, to come out of the closet with their mental health issues, right?
Just be more open about it.
Issues. Yeah, the more you're going to see, because snowball downhill, right? One guy comes to you and says something. Okay, we'll see what we can do. Next week, another guy comes in. All right, now you're starting to get momentum on the topic because guys aren't afraid to speak up. So
I kind of want to speak on this because he says, AB, is he all right? Do we believe him? I'm kind of on the fence about it, and here's the reason why I'm on the fence is because Pac-Man Jones, I was listening to him on the podcast. I think he was with Shannon Sharp. And he's like, yo, AB fooled y'all, man. That man took that hit and he winked at us, man. So it's like, you hear contradicting reports about it. And I'm not saying, I'm not here to say, he has mental illnesses or don't, because we don't know. But sometimes with his behavior, it does question, like, bro, like, that was very rash and very irrational. So he does make irrational behavior on decisions that makes you do question if he does. So I mean, hey, I'm with you, man. I mean, I just got to be, open and accepting to every situation. It is what it is. If he has mental illnesses, let's get the man some help. Period.
I can summarize like this when he says AB says he's all right. He is all right. Do we believe him? 2 words. At times, right? You can't blanket the statement because he's done a lot of irrational shit. You don't behave like that and skip off the field on an away game cheering the crowd on if you're fucking okay. Like, not to rehash that whole conversation, but now that you might be on different medication, maybe you are all right. God bless you. I hope your fucking life works out for you. But just don't bring that shit to my league anymore. Yeah, in my league. You got to look out for somebody's best interest when they can't. And I think the league has to look out for AB's best interest and just be like, hey, we wish you well, but time to go.
Yeah. How do y'all fellas feel about the franchise tag?
It's going to be interesting. A couple of the names that are expected to get tagged, obviously Devontae Adams, because you don't know what's going to happen with the Aaron Rodgers situation.
I think Aaron stays.
Yeah, but if you're Green Bay, you can't wait. I mean, you might wait till the last day to tag him, but you got to tag Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And at least this way, if he signs somewhere else, you get heavy compensation for him.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jesse Bates, the safety from Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Harold Landry is another one, the edge rusher from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
You got J.C. Jackson, the cornerback from New England.
Yeah.
Mike Williams with the Chargers. Orlando Brown with the Chiefs. I mentioned them earlier. Carlton Davis, the cornerback from Tampa Bay. Dalton Schultz, the tight end from Dallas.
Now that's an interesting one right there.
Yeah.
I think if he leaves, he is a steal for somebody.
Schultz?
He's underrated.
Jets fans are fucking giddy over Schultz. And I keep, I'm talking to Dave from Chavi. He's like, he's not a great blocker. And I'm telling Jets fans, I'm like, Joe Douglas does not set the market. Schultz might get the highest tight end contract this year. Him, 2 other names on the list I saw were Marcus Williams, the safety from the Saints, who have no money. So I don't know how the fuck they're going to fucking franchise tag somebody and give them $15 million. And Mike Gesicki, the tight end from the Dolphins, another. Yeah, I think Gesicki staying because him and Tua have a really good rapport.
Yeah.
And the way Mike
Tua
Williams
looks good.
Yeah. The way Mike Williams is going to run that offense, you're going to be his Kittle. So you're going to be in a position as an athletic tight end to get a lot of catch and runs with that offensive design.
Right.
I'll be surprised if Gesicki goes somewhere else.
I would too, especially when you're Florida. You don't pay the state tax. There's no state income tax. So,
and you in Miami.
Yeah. And then Schultz, people expect them to tag Schultz to try to get something at least in return for him where he doesn't walk for nothing. And if you can trade Cooper and get rid of that $22 million if you're the Cowboys, now you got room for Schultz.
Oh, you don't like Melvin Ingram Evan Ingram no more, Matt? You talking about Giants need a tight end, but I mean I get it. He's been a little durability issue, so I get that.
Yeah, his hands aren't durable. He drops too many open passes. I'm not shitting on him as a Giant. I like Evan Ingram. I liked him coming out of the draft, but his focus isn't there all the time. Like he's trying to do too much before he gets the ball. Just catch the fucking ball first, man. That's your main job. If you catch the ball and get tackled, all right, you gained 8 yards. Stop trying to make 80 before you get 1. It's true. Guys are looking downfield. Either he's afraid to take the hit. He's either afraid to take the hit and he's looking at for the defender, or he's worried about catch and run. So get your focus right. Your first job is catch the fucking ball.
Right.
Yeah, that goes for a lot of players. I'm not picking on Evan Ingram. I'm not picking on him because he's a Giant. That's just the way it is. You got to catch the ball. You're useless.
I saw in Green Bay they already took Kenny Clark's contract and restructured and saved about $8 million there.
No, 10.9.
10.9. Okay.
10.9.
Yeah, so I saw that.
So they came down a little bit. I think they're 40 over the cap.
Yeah,
60. I mean, Saints are 60. Packers were 40, right?
Yeah, they were still pretty high over the cap. So, I mean, they still got a lot of work to do. And I got to say this, man. Aaron Rodgers is the king of just saying nothing and making the media go crazy.
Love it. Love it. He's the puppet master. Puppet master. 117,000 people watching the Pat McAfee show when he was supposed to come on. Pat usually got like 30 to 40,000 listeners.
Because he dropped that so-called cryptic post on Instagram, and media ate it up. Is he done? Is he out of Green Bay? And he was like, no, this was a whole bunch of nothing. He was talking about some type of retreat or something. He got back.
He did some sort of like cleanse. It's like an old Indian.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it because it's
you
not.
Take a bunch of enemas. Oily enemas at that.
Yeah. So it's
right out the brown air.
He came out of it, and he basically was, thankful and grateful, and for people, and his fiance who broke it off and had some disparaging words about him. He took the high road and said a lot of nice things about her. Mm-hmm. So, he was grateful for spending time in the quarterback room, and I love it. Like he's just fucking toys with people. Like I'm immunized. Let me get vaccinated. That's you fucking people who ran with those words. He never said it. You put your twist on it. So same shit with this. He never said I'm doing anything. And right away in the interview, he goes, I know you probably got a lot of extra viewers. I have no announcement to make right now. None. And you just saw the viewership drop. Like all the ESPN reporters dipped out instantaneously.
It's so hilarious how Pat McAfee could just pretty much run a show with just Aaron Rodgers, and his viewership just goes out the fucking roof, man.
Yeah. That's the exclusive interview place of Aaron Rodgers.
I know.
You gotta watch the Brock Lesnar. It's like a 46-minute interview with Brock Lesnar, and it is pure entertainment. And I've never seen Lesnar like this. He's doing Stone Cold impressions. He broke the fucking table that was next to. Watch it. Just Google Pat McAfee Brock Lesnar interview. It is fucking gold.
Matter of fact, it's funny that you because I know mental illness is talked about, but anxiety and Brock Lesnar touched on the anxiety part too. So I did see that clip, how he's been dealing with anxiety and stuff like that. No, Pat McAfee is man. He's been doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
fantastic, great interviewer too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Comedy, passion, heartfelt. Like he's got all the shit you want in like a TV or podcast like type of host. He's fantastic, man.
Rom-com.
The crowd, the crew that he has there with them, they all chant. They do the what all the time. It's very entertaining show. I'm a big fan.
Aaron Rodgers, to me, probably the first big domino to fall, and I think Russell Wilson would be right next to him as the next domino to fall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
no one's moving until you know what Rodgers is doing, right? Like you're either in on Rodgers or you're waiting to see the compensation for Rodgers before you then make your offers for other guys.
Right.
I mean, that's a good way to put it. I mean, I don't, especially with Devontae Adams' situation, because they keep getting linked as the Batman and Robin duo to pretty much take their talents to wherever the one goes. So I mean, especially if you're in that Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes, you better have the cap room for two. you better start clearing up the it says numerous teams have made offers to Green Bay for Rodgers. Of course.
Rodgers hasn't made an announcement yet. It's expected soon. But the Packers have offers on the table for him if he decides he wants to go elsewhere. That's why you tag Adams, because now you get compensation for both. If you're going to lose both, rebuild your fucking team. Go get 5 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more with 1s and 2s if they both go to the same place. Well, if Adams is tagged, he can sign a contract elsewhere, and then the Packers have a certain amount of time to match it.
Yeah, it's pretty much like
or they get the compensation for him.
Yeah, pretty much a sign and trade. And I'm trying to really look at the teams that would do it though.
Yeah, I think I don't know. You need a team that has a great quarterback.
I mean, I hate to say it, but Denver has the cap to do it. Denver does have the cap.
Yeah, but who's gonna throw it to him? Is he taking both of them? You saying taking both of them to Denver?
You got to trade like Jerry Jeudy to the Jets for like a 2, and then like a 4. You got to move a couple players first, get some capital in return, and then use that capital to buy Rodgers and Adams.
I mean,
yeah, you think both of them. I can see that.
If I'm Denver, I got Cortland Sutton, who just got a contract extension, but
Tim Patrick and Jeudy.
Yeah, I would be okay with losing 2 of them to get back Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
I don't see why that wouldn't be feasible. If I'm Denver,
I wouldn't do it.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I wouldn't do it, man. I wouldn't do it.
Or if you're San Francisco, you trade Garoppolo, you get something in return. You get his number off the books,
right?
And then you're gonna have to like trade Brandon Ayuk.
Okay.
I
think that's a better. I think that's a better move because you're just moving Ayuk and Jimmy G. You getting Adams and Rodgers. You got 2 upgrades.
I would love if they moved Nick Bosa.
No.
To what? To the Jets?
Oh, with the fucking draft capital we have,
what up, Tim?
Available. We fucking lost out on Nick Bosa and got Quinnen Williams because we won a stupid game at the end of that season. We were supposed to be the number 2 pick, and we won. And we lost out on Nick Bosa, who was the number 2 pick that year, and we took Quinnen 3. So it would be the football gods blessing us.
I see. It's
not moving him.
Washington.
Wishful thinking.
Off of Seattle, Chase. I said I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, Washington said they're going big game hunting.
Yeah, but
not give up Chase Young.
You don't give up Chase Young and 3 first-rounders for Russ?
Nah, I couldn't.
For Russ?
I couldn't do that.
No.
Yeah,
Russ is fucking overrated. He disappears by Halloween every year. He turns into a joke for Halloween.
I mean,
yeah.
You say overrated. I just
need 3 1s for Russ. If you get 3 1s for Russ, you're getting 6 1s for Rodgers.
Yeah, but I mean, why would you? A team like Washington.
Chase Young, though.
Yeah, why would you give up
I'll give you Chase Young and number 11 overall with like a 3 or a 4. I'm not giving you 3 1s and Chase Young. Chase Young is a 1 himself.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, Washington.
Nah, and Washington doing that, they better think twice about that one. And it's
Right.
to me, I think Russ is a good quarterback. Is it does scare me that the last trend of his seasons, the second half of the seasons, his numbers go down. I don't know if it's 100% him. I don't know if it's just the easy game planning that they do in Seattle. But I think Russ is a solid quarterback. I think
yes, but not 3 1s.
He's top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Near the 10, closer to 10 than he is 1, I think, because he disappears, man.
I would say between 5 and 8 was where I would put Russ.
I'd go closer to 8, especially with the emergence of Herbert and Burrow. I got both of them over Russ now.
Yeah.
I go Burrow, maybe not Herbert. Herbert got to show me some more.
That team needs more, though.
Yeah, I mean,
but right now, today, as is, we're not doing career. Right now, today, would you rather have Herbert or Wilson? You'd rather have Herbert.
Nah,
Herbert. Nah,
well,
right now.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. I think it depends on my situation too. You know what I'm saying?
No. I think what Nick is proposing.
I understand what you're saying.
Who would you take is like take rosters out of it, like right now as a quarterback play.
Well, you got more upside with Herbert. He's younger.
Yeah, Wilson peaked. Like you could say Wilson's jumped the shark. Like it's going to start to go down,
right?
Especially from the beatings he's taken all the years for not having a line.
Yeah,
He's not the biggest guy in the world. He's barely 6 foot. If that,
he got experience though too, Tim.
He's not built like Josh Allen, where he can take a beating and deliver a beating.
That's true.
But I'm not giving up 3 1s for Russ at 33 years old. No fucking way.
No.
I mean, it's not that.
Chase Young.
Oh, it's hard. I can't put Chase Young in that. No, I can't.
You look at okay.
But let's take if you're the Commanders, Commodores, whatever the fuck their name is.
Commander.
I don't know.
Yeah, Lionel Richie in him.
Yeah, why not?
Easy like Sunday morning.
Bootsy.
But if you're them, you got 4 number 1s on that D line. You can trade them Allen and number 11. It doesn't have to be Chase Young coming off the injury.
Exactly.
You got multiple choices. You got 4 number 1s. We know Seattle's got a weakness on the D line. So you send them number 11 overall. You send them a 2 this year and next year, and then you send them one of those guys on the D line. That's feasible.
Yeah. I just can't put Chase in there.
No, he's the face of the franchise.
I couldn't do that. There's no way I could do that. I mean, because honestly, that'd
be like the Steelers trading TJ Watt.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I joked about Nick Bosa, but the Niners aren't getting rid of Nick Bosa. He's a potential defensive player of the year.
No, I really don't know where this saga is going to end up at. But I mean, it makes a huge difference now with that whole Deshaun Watson piece that you gave us earlier.
Right.
Because it looks like he's not going to be a part of this offseason movement. Like, if anything, it's a camp move in August.
Oh, yeah, because you got to wait for all that shit to clear out. You got to wait to see if there's no criminal charges.
Mm-hmm.
And that might take 2-3 years.
Yeah, you're right.
That might take a while.
Because I don't think nobody's going to shy away from the civil part. It's the criminal part. That's the only thing.
And now I'm just going with this case because I remember it. The OJ chase in the NBA Finals was June of '94. I was a senior in '96 as we were discussing the court case in my criminal justice class in school. So it takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
95? Yeah. It was in 95 or 96, I forget.
Yeah, I think it was 95. But yeah. But
so it takes a while for a criminal case to get rectified. So it's not like Watson's going to testify and all of a sudden availability is going to hit in 2 weeks. This is going to be a long, drawn out process.
And you got to face 9 of them.
You got Carson Wentz. You got Jimmy G. who else are the other quarterbacks? You got Matt Ryan, who might be available. You got, I know Atlanta said they're keeping him, but you know,
he got to restructure his contract. He still has a huge cap hit.
Yeah,
he has a huge cap hit.
You know, that head coach like Tannehill in Tennessee. So having a mobile quarterback, having that number 8 pick, somebody mobile like Kenny Pickett might be like, all right, maybe this is the guy I can run my system around.
You know, I know we've said that the draft class for the quarterbacks is down, but it's still. They
always rise. The year Wentz and Goff went 1-2, and everyone said there'll be nothing. And both the Browns and the Eagles and the Rams both traded up like before the draft.
Go get them.
Yeah, they always rise. After the pro days, you're going to see them shoot up.
But this is the time where you got like an older quarterback, like a Matt Ryan. You know, maybe if you don't move on from Russell Wilson, to get you one of these little project quarterbacks, let them sit and let them progress on the bench, and then let them get that mental part of the game down. So I mean,
right.
We'll see what happens.
It's all about Matthew Stafford now.
Hey, I think he's a Hall of Famer just because he's going to get in because his numbers are going to be ridiculous.
He plays 6 more years. He's going to have 80,000 and over 600 touchdowns.
And that's what I'm saying.
He's got a Super Bowl ring. He's going to blow Eli and Phillip and Ben away.
Out the water.
He's probably going to win another ring because Von Miller wants to run it back with Aaron Donald.
I don't blame him.
Comes back, and Beckham comes back, and Akers will be healthy for the year.
Right.
I don't blame him for wanting to run it back. Like we just want.
That'll be the team now that all the veterans go to for cheap. You'll get a left tackle who wants to get a ring to go take one
year deal. Like you said,
give me 1 year, give me $1 million. I want the ring.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is gonna go there, be the backup.
Shut up!
I get another ring.
Be the backup.
And on that note, folks, man, the show has come to an end. I think that's a good mark to put in that Aaron Rodgers is going to go to the Rams as a backup to make sure that he gets that second ring.
One of the past Hall of Fame spots.
Yeah,
I got two.
I got two of them. I got two of them.
I beat out Brett Favre now.
But no, please go over to the YouTube page. You see us go on the bottom of the screen. I.O.W Sports Network at YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Spread the word of what we got going on. And y'all come back now. You hear episode 133 on Monday, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Of course, with always the big homie Nick Shine, Detroit Mail. And I have no wild card Mar, and we are signing off. Deuces. Peace. Hi, Nick. Don't be hating. You look like B-Rad. Don't be hating.
As long as you didn't say cheddar.